Obidi is a very talented dancer and choreographer. She hails from Delta State in Nigeria, but she's based in the United States with her family. Korra is one of those people that you will refer to as controversial. Maybe if she was some white woman with that lifestyle, she could easily be given a pass. But as a Nigerian woman, dancing scantily dressed and provocatively on the internet and in public would certainly attract criticism from Nigerians, especially for the fact that she's married. When Korra began gaining publicity a few years back, a lot of people didn't even know that she is married. So when the existence of her marriage with her handsome Canadian beau, Justin Dean, made it out to people's knowledge, a lot of people were particularly interested in knowing who is this man? Who is this man that can put up with a lady with this lifestyle? Who is this man that is cool and happily married to a woman, a Nigerian woman, who poses semi-nude, dances unclad to the full glare of everybody? So it didn't come as a surprise when people found out that her husband was not a Nigerian man, that he is a Canadian man and he's based abroad. And people were like, oh yes, certainly, this is the only kind of man that can put up with Korra's lifestyle. So that was how Korra and Justin became couple goals. They became the sweethearts of the internet. And trust the palm wine tappers. Palm wine tappers started tapping into the blessing. I tap, tap, tap. They started tapping into the blessing. Come on, who wouldn't tap into a blessing of having a tolerant man, having an understanding man, having a man that supports your craft and your passion? Of course, you all will agree with me that it's indeed a blessing to have a man who is proud to show you off and accepts you, allows you to fly, is not interested in clipping your wings or, limiting you, just allows you to be that person that you want to be. And that was what the internet perceived Justin as to Korra. So Korra, sensing that she had fast become an internet sensation, couldn't stop releasing beautiful pictures and videos of her family, of her husband, of her kid. Yes, she had one kid at that time, and people couldn't stop admiring and tapping. To make it all the more beautiful, Korra and Justin recently welcomed their second child. I think it was just less than a week ago. Beautiful videos of her live birth are on YouTube, circulating everywhere, and Justin was with her throughout that process. All the way through that process, Justin stood beside her. Lots and lots of accolades were heaped on Justin for being such an amazing and wonderful father and husband, and being so supportive of Korra. And the baby came, they now had 2 kids, and they were just the picture perfect family. Or so we thought until a few days back. So 2 days ago, Justin Dean, Korra Obidi's husband, announced on Instagram out of the blues that him and Korra will be getting a divorce. And it took everybody by surprise. People were like, how? When? Where? Which? How come? Come on, you guys just welcomed the baby a few days ago. What are you talking about? Is this some kind of joke? Somebody pinch me. Everybody was surprised as to how they could go from all loved up on the gram to getting a divorce in the twinkle of an eye. His message on Instagram was, and I quote, "It is over. I will not be treated this way. I did my absolute best to make it work. I didn't want this. I did my best. My heart is broken. I loved her. I supported her. I do not deserve the way I was treated." So said Dean. He further went ahead to allege that Korra was both abusive and unfaithful in that marriage. Without mincing words, this came as a very big surprise to me and a shock to a lot of other people. How could they have gone from couple goals to divorce material in a heartbeat? So let us go ahead and discuss the salient issues surrounding this particular saga. My focus is not necessarily to dissect their marriage, but to isolate the issues that may have arisen from it and learn from them. So let's go. The very first issue that is very glaring and evident is this issue of bringing your relationship and marriage woes to social media. Everyone would easily agree with me that the rate of divorce and marriage crashing right now in present day is a lot more than it was in the past. A lot of factors have contributed to that, but one for me, which I believe is one of the factors, is social media. Trust me. Call me old-fashioned, but I find it very difficult to understand how husband and wife will be having issues or challenges in their marriage, or even a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and you feel or think that the best place to table and resolve that issue is on social media. If you have a message to pass across to your husband or your wife, you and that person live in the same house, you have the phone number of that person, and even if you don't have the phone number, you know the DM of that person. I think marriage should be so sacred and dignified to be rubbished in that fashion. If you do not agree with me, please drop in the comment section. This is totally my opinion. There are a number of things, a lot of other avenues to explore than coming to social media to wash your dirty linen in public. So coming online to bash your spouse or to call your spouse a flirt or an adulterous person is never ever a good idea. It has never been a good idea. Except that marriage is done. You are totally done and dusted. In fact, the divorce has already been concluded. You have gone your separate ways and there is no hope for reconciliation. Then you can come on social media if you feel that's the best thing you want to do and maybe update your fans without even going into in-depth details. But for you to have an issue or a challenge with your spouse and you're coming on social media to bash your spouse is an action that you certainly would regret in the very nearest future, especially when children are involved. Let's not forget that the internet never forgets. The children are going to grow up to see all these things you wrote about their mother or their father. I understand that there's this urge to, type when you're upset, when you're mad, when you're fed up, when you're frustrated. You have this urge to want to just type and post. But trust me, the only thing that you would get from social media is maybe sympathy at best. But the number one desire of a good number of people that are watching or listening is entertainment, not care, not concern. It's purely entertainment. So why would you want to make your marriage entertainment or the woes in your marriage entertainment for somebody or for people? I understand that it is very lonely at the top, and being a public figure does not make you, inhuman. You're still human. And sometimes, even as a public figure, you even have very little people that you can confide in. You're so lonely, you're so alone, you feel alone, and the closest place that you feel that you can vent or pour out your heart sometimes is social media. It always leads to regret. Look at what happened with Annie Idibia and her husband Two-Face. In the heat of passion, in the heat of rage, she took to social media to bash her husband, bash his family, and she came out weeks later to express her deepest regret. And up till now, there's no amount of accolades that she gives her husbands that people take her seriously. They'll just be like, oh, whatever. You have already told us the truth about that marriage. And apart from what people say, there's still so many reasons why I would never encourage people to come on social media to wash their dirty linen. Even Chacha Eke. 2 years back, Chacha Eke came out to, say she's done, she's divorced, and she eventually went back to that man. So in most cases, marriage has issues. Some are worse than the other. But in most cases, when you come out to vent that way, you still find yourself going back to that person, and it just seems like you just made a fool out of yourself. So except you are done and dusted, and you know that there is no hope for reconciliation, keep your dirty linen to yourself. If you need to vent, maybe family, a confidant, a marriage counselor, or a relationship therapist, something private. So I really do not applaud Korra's husband coming online to bash his wife and calling her a cheat. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Some people indeed support what he did. They say Korra has more fans, and Korra is a woman. Of course, people would tilt naturally to believe the woman. So it's good that her husband came out first to say his truth and, say how he's feeling. Since he's the less famous person in that union and he's the man, so it's best for him to come out and say his truth first. Because if the woman says hers first, people tend to believe her over the man. So let us know what you think in the comment section. Secondly, a lot of people spoke about postpartum depression. It will surprise you that a good number of people do not even know what postpartum depression is. People naturally expect that when you have a baby, you're supposed to be excited and elated. Even I myself seated here only recently discovered what postpartum depression is about. So a lot of people do not know what postpartum depression, and I believe that we should create more awareness about postpartum depression. As our children grow up, both male and female, I think it's our responsibilities as parents to inform and educate them about postpartum depression. So some people came with the postpartum depression part, that maybe Korra is suffering from postpartum depression. She just had the baby, and she might be overwhelmed with the new role and the responsibilities and everything that comes with having a baby. I really do not agree to this, because for somebody to speak about a divorce, I don't think the issues is something that just began. It must have been, accumulated and accumulating over a long period of time. So in as much as it's possible that Korra might be going through postpartum depression now, I don't think that that's the reason why her husband came out on social media to blast her and ask for a divorce. Divorce is like the most serious tragedy that can happen to any marriage. So it's not something that you just arrive at or decide on within a couple of weeks or days. The issues that could lead to a divorce is one that has been plaguing that marriage for a while, and the hopes for reconciliation has been, dashed. There are no hopes for reconciliation. That's when someone starts talking about a divorce. So I'm really, really skeptical that Korra having a baby and the impact that that baby might be having on her mental health could be the reason why her husband is coming out to say all of these things. Again, let us know what you think in the comment section. Another issue that I would like to address is the importance of women encouraging their husbands or their men to be vocal about the things that bother them, about the things that they are displeased about. We women are very, very vocal. We're very, very vocal. Our mouth is our weapon. We say it as it is. Whatever we don't like, whatever we like, whatever doesn't sit too well with us, we are very vocal about it. But men are trained and groomed from childhood to believe that strength lies in being silent. A man shouldn't voice out his emotions. A man shouldn't be mushy. He shouldn't be emotional. He should just bear it and suck it up like a man. But sometimes when men explode like this, it's as a result of bottling up these emotions for a very long time, and you just might be in that relationship or marriage thinking that your husband or your man is fine without knowing that he is battling with a lot of things. There might be a lot of things that you are doing that really gets under his nerves, that he's unhappy about, that is getting him depressed, but he just keeps it to himself. So if you're a man watching this video, I want to encourage you on the importance of being vocal. There was a particular collaboration that I had with two other YouTubers, Nello and Adeze, and that topic was on things we dislike about our husbands, or what our husbands do that ick us, get under our skin. And at the end of that video, we were like, what if the reverse is the case? In that video, we're just talking and rambling and talking and talking and talking. Oh, he did this. We don't like when he does that. We hate this. We don't like this. And at the end of the video, we just thought to ourselves, what if our husbands come online? Like the reverse is the case. Nello's husband, and Adeze's husband, and my husband, they just do a collaboration at the table our matter. and tell the world all we do that they do not like, all we do that annoys them. Like YouTube will break it on two. Like everywhere go scatter. So the truth is that sometimes men are dying inside, but they just keep it to themselves. So we women should be very concerned about, we shouldn't just be concerned about ourselves and how well our men are doing to please us. Sometimes we should ask these men, even if they say nothing, we should persist. Ask these men how they feel about certain things. And to creator women, creator mothers, creator wives, it is important to understand that our husbands do not need to be part of our craft. Korra and her husband were very, very much involved in Korra's social media career. Sometimes we women as creators should sit back and find out from our men, even our children, find out if they really want to be a part of our social media lives. If they are very comfortable and happy about coming on camera to talk, to do videos, to dance with us, to twerk up a storm with us, it's good and fine. But if they are not happy, if it's not part of their life, if they don't want to appear all the time, if they want to have their privacy, please let us separate us and what we like from what our husbands or boyfriends or family enjoys, because you might just be driving the man to being who he's not, and you are there enjoying what you're doing when he's detesting what you are making him do. And he just stays there because he doesn't want trouble. He doesn't want you to fight him. He doesn't want you to bring down the roof when he refuses, but he's being depressed. He's unhappy. So if you're a creator as a woman, please be very particular about finding out if your husband or your man or your family wants to be a part of your brouhaha. And if he doesn't, do not pick offense. Do not get upset. Do not think that he's not supportive. He is an individual. He has his own life. He has his own likes. He has what trips him. And if that lifestyle is not what he likes or what he enjoys, please excuse him from it. Some people have come up with the cultural card, yes, and they say that Korra, being a typical black woman, typical Nigerian woman, you know, we Nigerians, we like to be loud, we like to be noticed, we like to be everywhere, all over the place. So some people have come up with a cultural card. They say that Dean, a typical Canadian man, traditional man, and Korra being that very loud and wild Nigerian woman who likes to wear G-strings and twerk up on the internet, that there was certainly a cultural imbalance. Yes. And her husband was merely enduring what she was doing, but he wasn't really in support of that lifestyle. Personally, I don't think so, because I think Korra has been that way for the longest possible time. And when Justin met and married her in 2017, yeah, she was already that way and he was attracted to her. So I really do not think that cultural shock is coming to play here. I don't think that it's a case of a black woman getting married to a white man and they couldn't find a common ground. I don't think so. Let me know also in the comment section what you think. And finally, the last issue, which is rearing its head here, is the possibility of this being a publicity stunt. Yes, a lot of people do a lot of things to get famous, to get noticed on social media, and a good number of people are suspecting that this incident is just one of those things that influencers and social media enthusiasts do to get noticed and famous. This is coming at a point where Korra just, published a book and she's trying to promote the book. So some people are suspecting that this whole marriage crisis and brouhaha is just for publicity. And would it interest you to know that Korra's husband Instagram followership has doubled in counts in just 24 hours? Yes, and a lot of people are talking about it. I'm reacting on it, I'm discussing it. Possibly some people that follow me do not know who Korra was, but we'll get to know about her from this video. So yes, it's very possible that it is a publicity stunt, which I pray it is, because I am actually rooting for this couple. I love them. I love their love. I love their family. So I really do hope that it's even a publicity stunt and they are good and fine. It's not like I encourage it. I don't encourage people to, throw up such a dust, especially when it has to do with marriage, for publicity stunts. But that is a better option for me than it being the reality that Korra and her husband are getting a divorce. So as always, guys, I would like to have your reaction in the comments. Let me know what you think about people coming on social media to vent about their marriage woes. Do you think that, oh yes, it should be so? After all, when they were having the happy and good times, they were sharing with us. So now that it's so, they owe us that much to share with the public. I think people staying mute about their marriage woes is to their own disadvantage. That when they speak up, they get light-hearted and feel relieved. What do you think about people bringing their marriage woes on social media for the social in-laws to dissect? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Give this video a big thumbs up. Drop your comments in the comment section and stay glued for our next video. It's me, your girl, Barrister Nezonwa Peperempe, and this is Nezaville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.